Hello! Today I'm talking about how to and why you might want to create what's called a law firm brand Bible so that your brand is consistent across all platforms and doesn't end up getting messy when different people are working on your assets. Let's look now at how much time and money this is going to take you. Out of 5 stars, I gave this project 4 stars, and the money is kind of small. Actually, the money it doesn't cost almost anything to make a brand Bible, but it takes time away from your actual schedule, so I count that as money also. You know, time is money. In this module, follow the progress bar below to progress. First, we're going to overview this subject. Then we're going to talk about what elements are needed. We're going to do a project. Brand Bible overview. One of the worst problems plaintiffs' law firms can have when it comes to outward appearances is a messy brand. They may be using completely different fonts and colors on their videos, on written materials, billboards, advertising, social media, and more. Your brand is also the tone of your copy. Are you a bulldog or empathetic or both? With so many platforms, having a consistent brand will get you more cases because your brand will be recognizable. This module is about your outward-facing brand. Now, I do want to point out that a brand can be much more than an outward-facing colors and symbols. A brand is also internally focused. So, for instance, in our firm at Go Media Marketing, we have a no gossip rule, and that's really important to us. Another example is that we give each of our producers outcomes rather than directions on how to get there unless they ask us. This gives them freedom to create, and this is part of our inward-facing brand. What elements make up your outward-facing brand? Your logo, the tone of your message, your color codes, your fonts, the way your images show up, and your icons, and so much more. Where do people see your outward-facing brand? Letters, emails, social media, websites, billboards, community outreach, print ads, video for TV, social media, and YouTube, and even you in person are standing in for your brand. Project. Let's begin this project about how to create a brand Bible so that your brand is consistent across all these different places. People choose you based on emotions. So what emotional feeling do you want to convey? What feeling do we represent? One of the feelings might be that we are soft and empathetic, or that we're a hero and we're a leader. Are we representing that feeling right now as a firm, as our brand? Well, I still feel this is a good approach in years to come. So now let's really get into the meat of creating a brand Bible, because you're even going to want those feelings to be represented in your brand Bible so that people can understand what it is that you're conveying in every message. So first thing we do is we start a Google document actually, and then we create it into a PDF and we hand it out to anybody who's working on your brand. Look at your existing elements right now. Go to your website, go to your videos, go to your social media, go to your YouTube channel, your Facebook, your LinkedIn. Check out how your brand is looking now in terms of colors, fonts, and all of those things. So you want to put the fonts into the Google document so that people will know not to use different fonts. And usually there's a header font, and then there's a different font used for the body of your text. And then usually another font is used on your logo. All of those need to be documented in your brand Bible so that nobody goes astray. You also want to talk about your font sizes. Some law firms love really extra big header fonts and then smaller body. All of that needs to be documented. Also, color codes. If you're not sure what your color code is, because think of how many different versions of blue there is, or how many different versions of green or red. What you can do is go into Photoshop or another program like that, and there's literally a color picker that will tell you exactly what the color is that you're using for your brand. Also, icon styles. This might sound really weird, but is an icon going to be shiny, or is it going to have a shadow? Is it going to be more than one color? For instance, in the bottom of this slide right here, we've got overview, elements, and project. And those all have a slight gradient to them, but they don't have a shine or a shadow. We also want to talk about transitions for videos, because if you think about like Star Wars, for instance, one of the branding things that they still use on all the Star Wars movies, it's called a wipe. So when they go from one scene to the next, a lot of times they use this wipe that goes across that tells you that you're in a new place or a new scene is happening. Video overlays are also where I see a whole lot of mistakes happening with law firms. Sometimes they'll just choose some random person to do video that really doesn't understand branding, doesn't know that there's a certain font you're using, doesn't know there's a color, and then the next thing you know, you've done all this work to produce this video you're putting on your website, and it's a whole different look and feel than everything else that you've been doing. So make sure your videos also have your brand. Also, the tone of your copy. And what that means, again, it goes back to that feeling you want people to have. Are you empathetic? Can you are you a leader for them, or a hero? Are you a bulldog? Are you going to fight for them? There's all these different kinds of ways that you can approach the tone of your copy. And even your secretaries, people who are not necessarily outward facing in marketing, should also still know the tone and the feel of your law firm, even behind the scenes. Taglines. I have law firms that are small but have won huge cases, and they have a certain tagline. I have law firms that are family law firms. I have a couple of family law firms, and they utilize the fact that they're a family and they've been generations in the firm. That's another thing that should be in your brand Bible. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it's going to help you build your law practice. We have a lot of information on our website at gomediamarketing.com, but if there's something that you want to learn about growing your practice, you don't see it here, let us know, because we'd always love to help you. You may also wonder, why am I giving you all of our best advice? Well, we've always had the idea that sharing our true, authentic ideas with you will either help you to do it yourself, or it will turn you into one of our most favorite clients. So do not hesitate to reach out and have us do any or all of your video production, advertising, and marketing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.